Yeah, this is when you started the first standard, you may not be knowing what will lead it to you. But as you keep graduating, then definitely you know your horizon also is widening. And what you can reach also probably is keep improving. So that way, I think today when you talk about Chandrayaan-3, we landed safely, securely, and everything looks, oh, only this much, like that everybody, sometimes even thought about that. So that shows definitely the real success of even the complex mission. We can make it simple, and the simple can be really meaningful also. That is one aspect. Second aspect, it opens it up. I think we can do much further, especially at the backdrop of how difficult this job has been shown, amply shown by when the lunar 25 failed or other missions happened there. So the things putting together, definitely I think we have our own way cut from Chandrayaan-1 onwards. You look at here, like first standard, second standard, third standard. Similarly, Chandrayaan-1, 2, Mangalyaan are these, paths are same. Everywhere incrementally improving. So that I think that is the essence of the whole thing. So that means where we started, initial steps looks reasonably good, and how we are building up also, it's coming well. And yesterday when Prime Minister echoed, this is beyond national boundary. This can go beyond, much beyond that. So that indicates, I used to tell that the days are not far. That means we have creating one more continent which is separated by the space near the moon, is not very far. I think that is even political leadership also sees what we thought about and what we are thinking about. That way I think it's really, it is not only this an isolated success, still more successes are awaiting. That's the feeling. Yeah, you recall our mission with Chandrayaan-1 is almost 70th mission go to the moon, 70th mission. So that means there is every possibility this could have become an also ran case. Okay, but we wanted to make a difference. Our budgets were very less. We are as inexperienced as the first standard student for the lunar science. Then how we, and our launch vehicle also very modest. Budget also reasonably very contained. Still, I think we thought our thought process need not limit because of all these constraints. So that's how what we thought about is instead of following what has been done, what different we can make first starting onwards. So that means people used to go to the, considering this being a moon, predominantly they have landed only this place, the smaller portion of the whole moon. So that means not explored is still more. But to explore not that more, that big, we don't have money with one shot to do. But one shot still we should do. How to do? So that's why we thought we can go around the moon like this. Moon itself is revolving on its own axis. Putting the things together, we can scan each and every part of the moon. So is it possible to have a mission like this first? So then when it is doing like that, to make it really scan and try to understand what moon contains every part of that, what sort of instruments we can bring together. So when we made this, and we ourselves tried around 6 instruments. By the time in remote sensing we have done a reasonably good here. That why can't we take it to the moon and do? So this objective, then when we did, then we slightly opened it up. Anybody as an we announced an opportunity, some other country or some other institution who can supplement and complement our all mission objective can join with us, we can give an opportunity. We thought one instrument, but to our surprise, 26 offers came across the globe. Many scientists they thought about, still moon is not explored, and this concept will give us a new venture. So that then taking that as a chance, we re-engineered the whole mission once again to accommodate more instruments. So that allowed another 6 instruments from US. At that time, people may not believe, both the number of countries competing to join that itself more, that time itself. So that time itself I thought something big is coming. So yes, one. I'm telling about Chandrayaan-1. That's what I'm telling. Nothing more. So then America and Russia also competition was there, but we could not. Somehow I could not accommodate two. Now I'm thinking what I would have added. If I added Russia this together would have been nice. But for Russia, I think, and China, all other people were part of this mission. We went there. So that way. So then the more than one instruments seen the water molecules. One is seen in the tenuous atmosphere, another two instrument is seen the surface, another instrument is in subsurface. So this all indicating the water abundance is reasonably good there. So this is the one side is discovery of water, another side is the international cooperation that been called common wisdom. That has made the whole thing. It is not individually when America went, individually Russia went, individually China went, individually Japan went. They failed to locate this because they could not see the global view. So this mission concept itself given us a good thing, and that has given with the one mission we could accommodate all these instruments, and everybody has said yes, it is okay. And like lunar 25 was trying to come before us. LRO, a mission which came very fast within 1 year of our launch, and they have seen, yes, what we have seen is correct. Then they wanted to do a coordinated experiment, Chandrayaan-1 again, 2008, 15 years back, something called coordinated experiment. That means we will give the microwave signals from our Chandrayaan, they will pick up. They will give microwave signal from there, we will pick up. First ever coordinated experiment around the moon. Both the missions have done. So that has shown what is the depth in which lunar ice can be there. There's something called permanently shadowed regions. That is the regions where we are targeting about now, South Pole. So all the putting together, once again US went back all the data of their missions. They acknowledged they missed to locate that time. This is eye-opener for them. Okay. Now, afterwards, they went back to the whole process, and now something called back to the moon. Starting again, signature from Chandrayaan-1, back to the moon in a big way. And by the time Russia joined with us, and Chandrayaan-2 originally was supposed to go to Russia. This mission supposed to happen like that. So it has happened there. So Chandrayaan-1 opened that, though it started with a very, very modest way, thus the mission concept itself made the way in which moon has to be seen, and it's really an eye-opener. Now that's what I'm saying. For example, first and foremost, probably, they wanted to showcase we can land on the moon. We have to land on the moon. Say they have taken, when you have to land on the moon, where you can land easily. When you take a path, easy path, that gives one solution. Correct, no? So that's how it's landed there. So it is landing near side of the moon, near these places is relatively simple, because you have seen the terrain, everything is okay, the terrain looks okay. But the poles, even seeing itself is tough, but whatever we are seeing, that shows it's tough to negotiate. So why to go there? Okay, you go all the way there, you have a very, very good, plenty full of nice places are there, you land there. So this is as simple as that. That's what probably are taken. So that's why that time is landing is more important, man landing is very important, and he should land safely and securely there and brought back that way. So I think that they are taken predominant thing way that way. But that is okay for landing purpose. But with that they declared moon is a barren. That is the problem. That is an issue. Okay. Now the man could have landed in Sahara, and going back and telling the earth is a barren is not a complete answer. I think that's what we thought. So that's the reason we tried this. So this is even without landing, because by the time during the 40 years, a good amount of advancement has happened in the technology. So even 100 kilometer, you can see the things very better way in various domains. So putting the things together, this made the things different. That's why I told. So, for example, probably all of you would have seen yesterday the landing, no? After seeing that, everybody would have thought this is as simple as that. It looks simple only. It's not looking like a very big thing until you make it. Okay. Until then, it is we talked about is a terror, whatever it is. Similarly, why that thought process has not come? You may think like that, but it has not happened. It is the reality. You would have seen the pencil sharpener recently coming in the WhatsApp. Anybody has seen what was pencil? Pencil being used there, no? Anybody thought of what was the pencil sharpener? How it was looking like originally? Now we have the simple sharpener. Okay, this simple sharpener has the 50 different evolutions to reach that point. Now it was simple, even kids know. But originally, look at that. It is an engineering marvel how to sharpen the pencil without cutting. That evolution, you look at that. It's as simple as that. The science and technology is all about that. Simple is tough to get. After getting it, it looks simple. The sharpener itself, there is an evolution. No, I cannot tell like that. Just few days before itself, Russia tried. Okay, Israel has tried a few months back. Japan has tried a few months back. But now China is inching towards that. They are not going one shot. They are coming towards. But we are not really gone to the pole. Now you look at here, from 67 degrees means still another 20 degrees away. But it is reasonably good. No, it's basically terrain is not smooth. Okay, it is like in a Himalayan section, no? In the Shimla, Dehradun or Gangtok, we want to land. Here also we are landing, but the airports are not the same across the world. Okay, in the peak of Alpsadal, there are some terrain you locate, but you have to land within that one only. So you have seen the latest Mangalore failure also. You simply slip, you will fall over. That is that place. But en route also you have a problem. The peaks are there. Now when you are keep coming down, okay. Now yesterday itself would have seen that. Yesterday itself, the one clear thing is horizontally it's coming. Actually, there are some unexplained things also coming. But what we are compensating. But now this velocity is coming. This velocity only makes to go around the moon. You reduce the velocity, it cannot no longer in this orbit it will fall. But that is yes, but it keep on falling because of the velocity reduction. One. Another thing is gravity also will keep pulling. Okay, you know pretty well for this thing that orbit how it come, but the gravity of the moon is not very well characterized as on today. Because it is not the core of the It's not uniform. Even Armstrong, when he landed, he has seen jumps which is not explained. Okay, so there is something called mass cons. It is not a central core. There are pockets of masses available. So that masses can pull you and leave. So there is also a chance of bumpy also possible. So now even yesterday also would have seen that when it keep coming. Yes, it is there, but some places it was coming much lower. So then thruster was trying to push it. We are in a close loop. Then it started moving up also. It's not move also because it's trying to overcompensate. That's why every aspect have a plan B now. Whatever we have done this time is when it keep moving, it is not only that place. En route also we have to see into that it is not going to touch. What happened to Russian thing is when they reduce, it got reduced slightly more than what supposed to be reduced. So that went and hit the peaks. So now this what we are doing is when you keep coming down. So some place it's coming down because of a natural orbit point of view. Another one is gravity also pulls. So now we have to account for that and do. The gravity is not It is a place specific. Actually, even the world also, Earth also like that only. But we have characterized it because over the time, so many satellites we launched, how it is behaving across the people they put together. Now we have a database. That database tells when the satellite is going here, what sort of a gravity it can pick up. So that is well characterized for Earth, but it is not that much there. And around the equator, it's slightly better, Moon. But when you come over here, it's this is erroneous. Okay, like your road is a bump, you think orbit also bumpy type of thing, bumpy type of nature, it can create. That's what happened to that. So that is the issue. No, what is happening is we have a pole means we are not exactly on the pole. Okay, we are on the southern latitude. Southern latitude more closer to the pole than the equator. That's what we are telling. But we can claim that the full circle itself is a pole only. Pole doesn't mean it's a point. Not a point. That way we can claim it's a polar region. That region is concerned. That way I am telling. For example, India goes all the way from around 30 degrees north to go down to 10 degrees south. So that's a big. The whole thing is India. Similarly, the polar region also has that I am telling about that. But here in that, when we are keeps looking for like polar, like our Himalayas, some cities we are identifying. So like that, we are identifying a place where it is a 4.5 meter versus 2.5 meter. That length is a reasonably better place. You don't have this ups and downs. That's why when it's coming and it is seeing a better place, you would have seen that images point of view. We are reasonably good place. That is not the place when we look at other pictures in the full polar region. So many deeps will be there. So now our idea is land on this place, then go down to the deeper place, and there only we expect more of resources, not this region. But you have to go closer to that. That is the idea. Yeah. Communication and how the two-way communication and the instruments also, modest instruments. We try to see where we landed plus some few meters away. Because when we landed, there is every possibility we would have polluted that place. Because the remnants of the fuel, other things, and when the rocket is firing, so that also would have gone and spoiled that place. So that could have been a polluted place. But leaving alone that, but there are only physical properties we are seeing. Physical properties will not be much problem, but chemical properties could have been disturbed. So that's why this rover goes around, and there it does a sample, and that information it relays back there. So that way it is. No, that's what I'm telling. Say, even with when the Russians, when we started working, Chandrayaan-3, they could not come along with this. No? So even Chandrayaan-3 is in the orbit itself. Russians they wanted to join with us, and some political pressure also was there. So put together, that mission was very, very fastly approved also, and we started working. And we started working, that time we told our interest is to go on the poles, not just landing on this. So then initial reaction of Russians is, why unnecessarily you are getting into the problem. 20 times by the time we already there, they have landed, Russians also. Yeah. But I have seen the lander, I have seen the rover, everything they have done. So we told we don't want also run case. I was very clear. So we want to make it something different, that's the reason we went for polar. You people all went like this. Now we also want to land on the pole only. You choose between north and south. That's not the question. So that's what we are searching. Whether north is better, south is better. But other than that, there is no third option. That's how we are there. So then they came back and told, let us concentrate. Actually, their word is now clear. I understand. As per my experience, that man tells, as per my experience, I suggest let us concentrate fully on how to safely land on the moon. on the polar region. And I told, oh, what experience? Because 40 years experience, they also stopped. No? Then we told he was working in that original team. He was 85 that time when he was talking with me. Okay, so that place landing is not easy. First of all, locating that where to land, we don't have a good pictures to locate where to land. Even if you locate it there, the place may be okay. Same whatever he told is approach may be difficult. But you cannot come like this because orbit you cannot drop like this. Okay, it is moving in that big velocity. For example, yesterday when it started, even at 20-30 kilometer, it was moving around 1.7 kilometer per second. That is the speed. So that speed you cannot stop. First you will reduce that speed. When you reduce, automatically it will keep falling. Then slowly only you can go. Last 800 meter or 1 kilometer only you can fall. So before touching that itself, you may touch something else. So we don't have a good pictures, other things, tough. So let us all concentrate on that only. That's what he started telling. And that's why the Luna also took its own time. But luckily for us, luckily probably would have failed in Chandrayaan-2. But Chandrayaan-2 orbiter was working. Our Chandrayaan-1 orbiter also we have taken a picture. Now putting together, now we could construct the whole map of the lunar map better way. And now we know the terrain, each and every point of the terrain neatly. Now we could construct, we could not only identify a flat region, we are identifying a safe route also. So that's how the particular day, particular thing is, it is en route how it can go and land. And almost Chandrayaan-2 also we did like that, but only problem was the plan B was not coming every step. And in the process, when it have gone there, slightly you are supposed to slow down. The slowing down has happened much more than what is supposed to happen. As simple as that, because it's all errors got accumulated. You have come here, and when you are coming here, you have come like this also. Okay, but still you are not reached there. That location was only 500 meter per 500 meter location. You are 1 kilometer away. Then you have fallen heavily. But to reach there, you cannot reach like this because the thrusters are firing this way. So it will not allow to go there. It will still ask you to go back only. So instead of that, then that is the logic is taken, rotated like this to accelerate. But if you accelerate, it is trying to reach there, but by the time it touched the ground, the gravity pulled. Gravity and this speed put together, it killed. It is as simple as that. So that's why now we worked back. Every instant you should be here only, this height only, and this velocity only, and this direction only. If any deviation, the height also changes, it will try to pull up. Pull up means you try to don't decelerate such fast. You would have seen yesterday some places it was trying to go back also, even before coming. That is every path has a plan B. Then it corrects it and comes back. So this sort of nitty-gritties were not known that time. Chandrayaan-2 lander crossing and this maybe around 70-80 kilometers. Yeah, that's it. Regions are same. Luna to ours around 120 kilometers. That is all within that circle only. Because that circle also, what is happening is, this being a circle, depending upon the day you are landing, so depending upon the location, the day of landing will change. That's all. Otherwise, things are more or less into that circles. Yeah, I think even at Chandrayaan one time frame, they were not very serious. To be frank, they were not very serious. Somehow, something that people are trying to do, because nobody believed PSLV can go to the moon. Nobody believed. And especially polar orbit, actually, you asked the right question, why pole they are not tried. Polar orbit itself was not tried previously. Leave alone landing. Going around the poles itself was just a tough. Reason being, because what all we asked is like asking a moon only we are asking. So there are people are a bit sarcastic about what these people are talking about like this. Like kids asking for something we cannot buy, kids can ask. They will. So lunar orbit itself is tough because when we go all the way from Earth, this is moving around 1 kilometer per second. Moon itself is moving 1 kilometer per second. Whatever you talk, even 6 days before start also, 6 days before moon could have been here. That's keep coming. So you have to go and catch. Okay. When you are catching also, this you have to go like this and come like this and go over the pole. Here pole means on the point. Okay. If you don't go over like this, it's not called polar orbit. Okay. If moon is here, you have gone here, you are out. Moon is here, you have gone there, you are out. Okay. But whereas you plan for orbit like here, you can here and here few 100 kilometers, no issue, you are around moon only. That much luxury is there in your precision in which you are going to the moon. Actually, leave alone landing. Even acquiring an orbit around the moon itself, polar, is a tough. That was the case. So out of 70 missions, I think hardly 1 or 2 has gone somewhere closer to the pole. Not really pole, I think they want something like this and something like that. So that way you can look at here, even that time itself, polar itself is a thing there. So that time people are, to start with, they were looking, the hardware is less and the budget they are talking about less, and all the fellows are somewhere here and here they studied. And how they are real and the way in which they are trying to go is another issue, and people are a bit skeptic about that. But Chandrayaan and that, but luckily when they came, when they started working, that time itself many people realized the way in which these people are working, they are not simply copying elsewhere and putting, at least in space arena. Is something original they understood. Way in which you are addressing the problem, way in which day to day we are connecting the problem, how you have brought the instrument. And elsewhere, nominally, people, even lunar 25, I know, I told now, 2011 to now they are working. And they have, even to get this, they are not started just few months back. They started from 12 years back. During this period, they would have constructed a couple of models. That's how nominally they would do, because even though the lander they have done, the first time they are doing for this configuration. So this undergoes at least 4 or 5 models, something called verification, functional, engineering model, qualification model. Finally, the 5th model only will fly, called flight model. This is the normal concept. But we told, so much of thing, these people came for to join along with the Chandrayaan itself. But we told we are making only one model. And they are all wondering, we are going first time, and you are going for one model, why? Our answer was, we don't have money. So just because money is not there, you are going for one model, people are looking at whether they understood the seriousness of the problem. That is what they are linking. We told, no, we are serious enough, we will make only one model, that model only will fly. Like that we made it also. We made only one model, and that model only we have flown. So the people, to start with the sarcastic, and succeeded, and probably they thought it's a fluke. That has also happened. But we repeated in Chandrayaan-1, Mangalyaan once again. There is a different target. Concept remained again same. We made only one model. Actually, that model was made for Chandrayaan-2 originally, along with the Russians supposed to have flown. That we reconfigured and we have flown. That also worked. So successive success, not some seriousness has come, and now they are looking really in a reasonably good way. So in the international arena, something we make remarks, it may look like something different, the way in which they are thinking, but they are looking seriously. One such thing is, we talk about seriously, Muthummadi knows about that. Actually, 3 years I was a part of the UN Council for the Peaceful Use of Outer Space. Though I was a director, that additional position was there. So every 6 months, 15 days we will be sending in Vienna, wherein around 97 countries, both spacefaring and the people who are aspiring to be a spacefaring, will be part of that. So there the discussion of International Space Station of the next generation came out. Because already this International Space Station will lose its life, by that we should have another mission. So then when that coming, today we are not a part of it. So now I am chairing that big team, and in that one of the activity being this, then we suggested, yes, India probably can join, but for that we can recommend government, but we told why can't instead of International Space Station making better of whatever in the existing configuration, why can't look for International Lunar Space Station? That means make the space station and the moon. This time they were seriously listened. You got the point, na? How they were looking? They were seriously looking, and I think committee has been formed, and now I think serious thinking is going on, and that's how now but of course there are two now of late. I think last year that has become as a two different gangs. One Russia and China, and another one is America and others. It has become. Now I think we are trying to see whether with Chandrayaan-3 being there, whether India can play a mediator role and bring together and make that to happen. So it looks that is a possibility exists. So this is we told nearly 5-6 years back. This was floated, this idea, because now what is happening is International Space Station to maintain, just to maintain, it's keep on orbital decay daily. So you have to keep pushing it there. You need enough fuel. That alone around 100 tons you have to send from here to here to space station. But in the moon, that will not be called for. That's our thing. But in the moon you have to make a system to live. But anyhow we are doing a space station also. In the space living also you have to make a thing that can be done in there. And there is every possibility in situ water being there. So you can do an in situ research there, how to really harvest the water, and in the water how you can make oxygen and hydrogen as a fuel, many things we can do, and so that I think is going forward. So that way I think now I think shift is big, and yesterday you would have seen that the Prime Minister making such claim, no? Taking forward the space in a big way. So that is a strength has come now. No, we don't know. We don't know, because until we discover water, we thought moon cannot have water. Because to be frank, why somebody within our own people also laughed when we carried the instrument to look for water. Okay, the moon itself has been declared nothing when you are going to the moon, but now you are looking for carrying common instruments to look for water. Then what my answer was, anyhow, if the whole moon we look for. The whole moon, nowhere water, then we can tell water is not there, that's the answer. So then we told, water is not there in the moon, but why you need so many instruments for that? Then I told, if in case water is there, all the instrument tells water is there, then all the more important. Then there is a great law. One side, to prove no water, you are carrying instrument. Another side, same question you are asking the same instrument, other way. So, but that all laws have become is now a different story today, because we carried so many instruments. That is the reason we are able to consolidate. The science is all like that, because whatever said and done, even today, because one of the instrument is an India-made instrument. That is when Chandrayaan-1 itself, we carried a small moon impact probe. That is a around 35 kg system. After reaching the orbiter around the moon, that will be thrown out. That will go and hit a targeted place. Okay, the idea is to show to the world we can hit even 3 lakh kilometer away targeted place. One idea. Second thing is, during that time frame we carried a mass spectrometer. That mass spectrometer will keep coming down. We will try to see what outside it contains. It will read in the atmosphere. Here carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, like that and all we are seeing now. Like that it will read. But there also people thought moon doesn't have atmosphere, but why you need this instrument? Okay. So, but our question is, if moon, to tell moon is not having atmosphere, to prove that, let us carry like this. Okay. So, when we carried, but from 100 kilometer we didn't see, 80 we didn't see, 70 onwards we started setting the peaks, indicating there is some very, very minute atmosphere. In that we have seen the mass number 18. Mass number 18 means water. Hydrogen has mass number 1, 2 hydrogen, oxygen 16, 18. So we have seen the water molecules there. So that is thing happened. November 14th, just 2 weeks after our launch itself, we have seen when it keep coming. But unfortunately, we could not substantiate this claim as our first through that discovery in the science forum, because they talk about you have taken only one sample, correct? Na? One sample means one trajectory, and there you are telling like that. So that you show me another set of data, that was not available. So then other instruments also were trying to see that. That means if water molecules are there means water could have come from the surface. Let us look for the surface. Then only we are looking at the surface, whatever we have seen, where the sunlit region is like this, and the shadowed regions are something like that. Now the question of we have so many instruments, so all instruments, let us look at that. So that's how it came out that way. Okay, one is, for example, the so-called propulsion module, the Chandrayaan-3. We have a planetary polarimeter. That polarimeter idea is from moon orbit, it look at Earth. But the idea is to pick up a signature where the life-bearing planet, how that polarimeter behaves. Okay, this is to pick up a signature. This is how actual remote sensing happens. So you know tea, you know water, you know this. I make an instrument. This instrument is able to differentiate. Differentiate means this gives one signal here, this gives another signal here, this gives another signal here. Then once again I take and do, it repeats same thing. So then from there I can tell, whenever the signal is like this is a teacup, I can tell. This is a water. This is how remote sensing picked up. Now you go to the moon, from there you try to pick up the signals. Okay, now the polarimeter tells about a life-bearing system is like this. Parallelly, now we have seen thousands of exoplanets beyond our solar system. Okay, now our sun being there, around that how many planetary bodies, Earth gives a life-bearing system. Like that, exoplanets have been seen that. In that exoplanets, which are all the things life-bearing, we don't know. So now possibly, this signal, now whatever we have seen here, now you look back. Which are all the planets gives something closer to our polarimeter. Now we can focus on that. So that is one thing this orbiter will give. Now whatever we landed on the moon, so in Apollo time frame itself when they landed, we have seen I told some bumpy, all these things are there. So even the locations also some confusions are there. Okay. Now then some questions are raised whether the moon is in the same place all along. It orbiting, is it orbiting the same way? Same way means it's the same distance. Is it going back or going front? Because there is a postulate moon was very close to Earth, then it was receding. That is the reason why life has come here. Okay. So when to consolidate that, a retroreflector was kept. That is, once you send, it will reflect back the signals, light signal. So laser pulses are sent there and we bring back, and this time difference will tell where is the moon instantaneously. You construct over year, so it will tell over the year how it is revolving. So that if you, in that you keep integrate over the years from last 2000, our 1972 now here 53 years, it has moved for few every year some few centimeters its movement it has been seen. But now that retroreflector is getting faded because of the dust other thing. Now we kept another retroreflector. So putting the things together, this can work another 70-80 years to get that signal. So then beyond that, where we landed, we are seeing the thermal conductivity of the but this data will be available only for 14 days. Because they're landing, after that it may not change, I am assuming, so 14 days it will come. Similarly, we have been told the moon is having something called lunar quakes, like earthquake quakes are there. So that we should get a feel about that, how it's happening, because tomorrow man goes, he has to build a habitat. So now wherever now we're building a building, what is the earthquake prone area, and A, B, C, D are graded. Accordingly, our construction changes. So that for that we need that. So similarly, some sort of a plasma environment that comes there, that environment study, that will come for the lander. Rover, it's keep moving, it will, what all we have seen from 100 kilometer, it will try to see in the something called in situ. Initially I told now from here if I see the signal called remote sensing. But here means now like our high schools we have seen now, they will give a salt, we should identify the salt. Okay, we will heat it, boil it, something like that we will do. But here something like that, the laser induced, the laser pulses will come, that will heat the system there, and a spectrometer will look into that. So then it can decipher whether sodium is there, magnesium is there, gold is, whatever it is there, it will try to see. So there, another one more instrument, different technology, and something called alpha radiation. So that will do that. So this will keep going around, each place it will do that function. So that data will come. 14 days it will work, but beyond 14 days, yes, we have designed, it may not work because that full night is coming. During the night, solar rays are not, solar power is not there. So the battery will not sustain for long, that much. So battery can sustain only for 3 hours, it cannot do that. So after 14 days, whether it will come back or not, we don't know. But we are making some effort. Effort means something called a sleep circuit. All the systems we are switching it off. Okay. Switch off condition, the systems can sustain much lower temperature, but the temperature will go much further. Whether it's going to wake up or not, we have to see subsequent day. Then subsequent day, when this day comes, it will get heated. The systems will get heated. Once we see enough heat has come, then automatically the circuit will switch on the system and try to see whether we can work. Okay, that we don't know whether it will happen or not, but it is an experimental. We have to see now. But 14 days it will happen. No, far off, but only thing is to make it faster only. What I am telling is, this is something called the International Lunar Space Station, if we aim. So that is one finite possibility, because why I am telling is, already good number of countries, they are making some sort of settlements in the Antarctica. Antarctica is not a place you can stay long, but today people are staying. Okay, they made that, and there they made another experiment wherein they will keep inflatable habitat. Inflatable. Okay, you take it there and inflate it there, and they will generate same from water. They will generate oxygen and something like that they are doing. Yes, if you go to the moon and there water only available, and this inflatable you take it there, how you can live there? Yes, if a moon habitat. Already the people are doing it there. So that can create a habitat. And parallelly, we also are doing another thing, is taking the soil from there, how we can construct a igloo type of system. We are also done, some PhD works we have done there. And there are some works are going on, water being there, with that soil, is it possible to grow some of the vegetables? So certain numbers of that, I think, reasonably good initial success is there in the experiment. Beyond all these things, I was told, and anyway it's there in the newspaper also, Nokia has been given a contract to set up 4G cellular network in the moon. Other extreme, I am telling about other extreme. No, that is different. That is a fake thing type of thing. But this is a real contract. I was told $10 million contract has been given by NASA to Nokia to set up a 4G cellular network. No, I agree. Yeah, no, this is what is happening is, tomorrow if it is driven to the situation, okay, you have to find an alternative fuel, you have to find an alternative place, something like that being driven, you have no other go. That also we have to see now.
Then we have already polluted this.
No, I agree. No, what all we are telling is perfectly okay. Tomorrow, let us assume fossil fuels are exhausted. Even if not exhausted, the way in which we are spreading fossil fuel continues, also we are creating a problem here. The amount of, you look at pollution we are telling. The amount of pollution what we are creating with the conventional fuel is much higher than what we are talking about there.
But then we are just about beginning.
Now, but with the beginning, that learning can go on the beginning. So, what is happening is that you see to that you don't take a petrol or diesel to that. What I am talking is something called green energy, which we are already, we are making attempt here now. Now, already you look at here, something called green hydrogen is happening. The green hydrogen is use the solar energy and make this to hydrogen, oxygen you separate. Oxygen you use it your own way. Hydrogen can fuel all your vehicles. Okay, that is no carbon. That is absolutely nowhere carbon comes into picture there. Okay, once this technology comes in a big way, this can be implemented there as water being available there. Then you search for an alternative fuel which is not your diesel or petrol. Okay, that possibly helium-3 can happen, because here another research going on in the world where the many countries including India is a part of a thermonuclear experiments. That's some initial success has come, but that comes in a big way where we can give a good amount of electricity for the wider populace. It may take another 5 to 10 years. But once it succeeds, you have to get the raw material. Raw material nearest place is the moon. By that time, all this things happens. What all we are talking about happens. The route in which whatever I am telling is, no pollution is going to happen. Only thing is, man is going. If you tell man going is itself a pollution, we cannot help.
So we are going to go, not just go and create settlements, we are going to buy in.
No. All those efforts, nowhere your coal, nowhere your the fossil fuel will be a part of that. That's what we're telling. You go everything something called green hydrogen. Okay, green hydrogen is it doesn't have this.
But I'm really interested.
Okay, I'll take one at a time. Now, basically, you look at there. I feel the technology denial is the real bliss for us. It's really an opportunity that has enabled us to have look for the original thinking. You got the point now? You looked at what all I showed is the original thinking that only made this to happen. If you would have followed that, definitely technology needs to be transferred. So for that we will keep struggling what they have done, and there are gaps, you are finding it difficult. But you forget about that, and you have your own way of thinking, how you can find the solution for your problem. So that is a basic thing. That's how when we are talking about the whole process is what is available with you. With that, still how you can do that. So that's how that it got evolved. When it got evolved, I think it's in our genes or inherent is you can be how you can without even spending money. Money is not the issue. How you can make the things, and that is making it a one shot. In so many rehearsal not called for. For example, sitting here. A Hollywood actor would have rehearsed because somebody's script he reads. Okay, rehearsals called for. But in script is your own script. You need not rehearse it. Okay, and similarly, when you are making your hardware for your the purpose, then another thing called bringing the whole. It is not individual work. This is a team effort. Okay, in the team effort, what is called for is everyone has to understand their responsibility and target how they are doing it. Then only the whole the system will come. So now you make 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit. Somebody is not done well in one, but he corrects it next one. But the fellow who has done well first, he may, I have done well, I am repeating it second time. I used to see when you try to repeat it second time, there is a chances of complacency can come. Okay. But instead of that, if you tell you are making only one, and you are part of the big game, and everyone should concentrate to make it as perfect as possible. I think this sense, if you feed it to the team, I think that's what I feel. It's not only, though I am telling about myself, everybody would have voiced. Whomever you call, they will voice same way only. So it is basically conveying this to the team. That means when whatever decision you are making, whatever this doing is a part of the team effort. Everyone makes that. That's the way when you make the one hardware, that one hardware has to be perfect. That's how we have done it, and that's what we are keep repeating it that. And towards that, the original thinking only helped because of the technology denial. Technology denial only helped to go for this way, and how it has happened. Before your last question, you have any other question? Yeah. That's it. Many things. Whatever I told, yes. Initial thing is the process of thinking itself. You not a cost clear thing. That is the thing we have gone there. Then beyond all these things, whatever we are told is now we are trying to build incrementally one step over the other. Okay, something you would have developed for the previous mission. So actually there are in the rocket science the cost coming like this. First, what you want to do, you want to make a trial and error. Problems will come. The trial and error today, computer technology allows. Without making a hardware, you can simulate many things, many formulation you can do. Almost you can construct a hardware and verify it. That allows. So we extensively use that. Extensively we use that, and that is one portion. Now having done that, once you make a system, for example, once you make a satellite or launch vehicle, every satellite, every launch vehicle will have some systems called gyros, accelerometers, some sensors, many things are there. It makes that. But now, as much as possible, maximally, we try to use whatever has been developed already. You have to making is different, developing is different. Developing cost is more, development cost is more than the making. So as much as possible, we try to accommodate already developed systems here. That is the one thing. So towards that system level, you have to fine tune. Rather than elsewhere, what they do is they make a system and they ask for each one of the thing. For example, this tumbler, not this way. You ask for a tumbler specifically for that. Okay. Instead of that, I can use this itself. Similarly, across the satellites, we are trying, whatever we are trying to use, it can be a moon, it can Mars, it can be Navic mission, whatever it is. But main ingredients of the systems which make the satellite or launch vehicle will be more or less across the satellites will be the same. That allows us to cut short the development cost, just to reproduce only. When you reproduce, it gives an added advantage, wherein when you are making, let us assume you have to make 10 satellites. Each satellite, each component, you are supposed to give a spare. Because last minute something happens, you must be able to redo. So when you make a 10 satellite, making 12 components good enough. But now if you would have followed other one, every satellite you need alternate, and this alternate many times may not be used. Correct, no? So when you don't use, that's a waste. So that cost also goes here. But we don't follow like that. We follow a route wherein across the systems also we can swap and do also. So these are all looks like common sense, but in rocket science, common sense was not used originally. You got, it may look like simple. It may look like simple, but this common sense has not gone. So that's how when something called original thinking doesn't mean something coming new. What is in the common sense itself, how to fit in the so-called high tech, that is the idea. Now what is happening is, what is happening is, when you talk about spacecraft, it is more like crafting. Once upon a time, you look at even the cars also were made to the order only. Someone has to order. Even chappals were made like that only. Chappals were not, you cannot go and take from the shop, correct, no? It was like that only originally. Spacecraft also something like that. But instead of that, you can make the satellites using existing system. You take and plug and you make the satellite. Basically, something called development cost is not there. Automatically, satellite has some thousands of parts. Okay. Now, in the thousands of parts, whether you go to the moon or whatever configuration, our way of thinking is it need not change from one satellite to another satellite. You can make use of interchangeably. So that way you can, for example, I can identify one set of people. They will be doing only batteries. Another set of people, they will see only solar panels. Another set of people only a telemetry system. Like that, we allocate, and they keep on making only that system only. But yeah, another team, whichever available, you take, plug and make the satellite. Okay. Another team, you made a satellite, that this meant to go to the moon, this meant go to the remote sensing, this meant to communication, small modification, you do it. This is as simple as that. This approach was not done there. That's why today, whether you know or not, today as NASA has instructed the people, not only today, I think 2016 or 17 time frame itself, 4 top level scientists came and they looked at what really we are doing. Now, some more instruction, even again and again people are, even various terrains also are doing. I think that there is a, told people have to seriously look at what Indians are doing. Why we cannot follow that? I think why we cannot follow that level it has come now. It has come because
Pragmatic approach.
yeah. Correct. And another thing is, another thing is, actually there are a lot more.
Pragmatic use of the craft.
Exactly, yeah. So that is the thing. And another thing is the way in which we do also. For example, there is a big, though it is a scientific organization, the NASA has built up a hierarchical system. For example, something you have done, some mistake has happened there, you have to correct it. It goes for a big chain of action before attempting the correction here. First of all, you should document why failure has come. Then you have to explain why there is various levels. Then the corrections you have to tell, and you have to multiple ways the questions will come. With that correction, what are all the other things will get affected? It's a big involved thing. Everything is called for, but the procedure in which they do, it takes more time. Time is a money. Time is a money also. So it gets into a big loop there. Whereas what we do, actually the NASA team was really shaken the way in which what we are doing. This is the Indian way of doing, like that they used to tell. Okay, but initially they were jittery. The way how you make fast decisions, how you do that, a big ambiguity was there. Whether they are doing a hazardous way, but afterwards working, they understood yes. I think so, because now you look at here amount of investment coming to this set of things, amount of efforts happening, because Artemis they are planning a very big way. It may even beat Apollo time frame, it looks. That's how it's planned now. And now they are taking the steps very cautiously also. Already they launched one mission. Artemis already there. Uncrewed mission. They are going cautiously, I am telling. Step by step they are moving. The Artemis is a very big investment. It's happening there. No. Problem is a problem. I'm not denying it is not there, but we have no other. I don't know what is alternative. We don't know. No, bringing a lander, it will happen. Logically, it will happen there. But this mission, this will not happen, because this is one step ahead. Whatever you are landing, to bring back, you need some more energy. To build that energy there, so that as of now we don't have the thing. That is going parallelly. Gaganyaan we are trying to do, unmanned Gaganyaan and manned Gaganyaan also will happen. This technology for the near Earth. So then it will get extended to there. Like that only it's planned. But today we wait for return mission, it will take its own time. Actually, original when Chandrayaan-1 was configured, original Chandrayaan-3 supposed to have been return mission, supposed to have been. Okay, because if Chandrayaan-2 would have succeeded, probably this could have been a return mission, sample return mission. But that Chandrayaan-2 failed, so that's how this unfulfilled last leg has been accommodated in Chandrayaan-3. So this one step ahead it will happen. Yeah, actually among the scientists, no two scientists can agree each other. Okay, if you agree each other, the science will not grow. Okay, it all depends on, say, I jumped an open well 99%, so I succeeded 19% is one way. I failed in the last 1% is another way. Both are same, I feel. Correct, no? In open well, I jumped 99%, I crossed. 19% success, I agree. But I can tell other way also, 1% I failed. But which one is correct? 1% failure is correct or 99% success is correct? You tell me. Now you tell me. Number may is 99 correct. No, it all depends. It all depends. But I agree because we used that stepping stone to come here. I agree that. For example, even the same way Chandrayaan-1 also, it's supposed to have lived for, in spite of discovery of water on the moon, it could not sustain to live for the targeted 2 years. I agree it's failed. Though it is done a remarkable discovery of water on the moon. Vivekananda lived, but he didn't live through 100 years. Failure or success? Like that only. Okay, you leave it to the people. So something similar. So we may learn, but why that 9 months only lived, we are not lived? We could identify the reason is only one simple element which multiple places have used, something called DC-DC converter. Sometime I get on, only one will make, multiple places use. So that has been used multiple places. But the way in which you made, that had an issue, especially when around the moon working, it has some thermal issue, it started failing, one by one. That eventually many systems have failed, that finally we lost the mission. It was working, going around like Chandrayaan-2 for a long time, but the communication failed. So that we stopped, we understood that. But that's how in Chandrayaan-2 we understood that problem and we corrected it. And supposed to have been gone in 2013 in the name of Chandrayaan-2 that time itself. But our Russian cooperation fall apart because some other reason. So then we reconfigured that satellite to go to the Mars. Okay, this is same Chandrayaan-1, same PSLV. Only correction is whatever the failed component has been redone, retested and gone. Other than that, everything same. But now we told with the lesson learned from Chandrayaan-1, we told the life is 6 months, but it lived through 9 years. Correct, no? So one side lesson learned told cut short the life to 2 years to 6 months. That is 100% success. But another side, even though we told 6 months, it lived to 9 years. So it is, we are 8.5 years, we are wrong. Correct, no? I can tell that way also. Correct. I think my feeling, I think looking forward, I see a bigger collaboration, like whatever Chandrayaan-1, what they have done, I think that may happen. But while doing that, India playing a reasonably good role in active participation. Chandrayaan-3 will enable for us to an active participation. That's what instead of we ourselves are outsourcing, maybe good number of our people may be working in Artemis, may not be as an Indian, okay, but India sourcing that would have happened. But instead of that, India itself playing a reasonably good role, I foresee that can happen there. I think that's the positive thing will happen there. Because now this particular path of landing and this has been seen. Very seriously people have looked at that. Okay, so now this path looks reasonably possible success to get. Even the lunar polar region is a possibility exists, and that is the region they are targeting, and they are going inch by inch. And my feeling is there is definitely a big lesson to learn, even the Western countries looking at Chandrayaan-3. That is a big positive effect. No, I cannot tell us, I cannot, it's other way. I may not believe right away, because there nothing to prove it is there. But we cannot totally disbelieve, not disbelieve, we cannot totally tell no. That is not called disbelief. We cannot tell totally no without checking everything. Because water was not there has been told by previously. This is, we would have believed that, we would not have gone this mission. But we wanted to explore the whole moon, as I told initially. Whole moon you have to explore, then only we can tell every point no water, then only water is not there. So that means the whole universe has to be explored before telling no alien.
Right. I've taken you on the path of science.
Right away, maybe a couple of weeks from now, we will have Aditya. Aditya is already in the launch pad, so that will be definitely a big mission. So then we have done a reasonably good mission, but it is a modest for AstroSat, ExpoSat we have done. AstroSat we have done, multi-wavelength astronomy satellite. So now another one may come, ExpoSat. ExpoSat is basically trying to see the various emissions in a different way, because now the world universe, a lot of emissions there. So looking at that and looking from there, some new science probably will able to, some gaps are there, will able to fill it up. So that is the thing, right away it's happening. Mangalyaan, we don't know. So Mangalyaan-2, which form to come? So already we have one done, but next one which way, whether we have to, like Chandrayaan-2 landing, Mangalyaan-2, the landing is to come, or previously we have gone the closer orbit for the moon, but that is a bigger orbit, we have gone to the Mars. So whether go that way or this, some discussions going on. So depending upon the science deliberation within the team, then that will come. So this is the basic thing, but predominantly issue is Indian space program is basically meant for societal needs, and that but R&D also now it has come, now it is coming back way. So societal needs point of view, we have to make more and more remote sensing, communication, meteorological, navigation satellites need to be made. So you cannot have your legs one for here, one for there, not possible. That's how the organization, some reconstruction gone there. So that way, more and more the machines which called for repeat missions meant for the societal needs. That will go private, commercial, that will happen. So that way, that I think is one way. So that also, like whatever we are in science thing, instead of we are working on our own, it's coming collaboration. So here, the private also, instead of making satellites only for our national need, there is every possibility we can make the satellites for others commercially. That also. Yeah, but now I think it may expand in a bigger thing, especially when you are able to maintain consistently the success rate and the money, economy, whatever you are showing, price tag, whatever you are able to show that, I think that has a good positive. No, whatever you do, it should get connected to the finally what returns we are getting. Okay, science for the sake of science is one thing. Okay, but how to convert to a applications to the people is another thing. Yeah. I think the Indian space program is basically connecting these two things. Connecting these two things. Because we cannot afford to, because it's a people's money, we cannot afford to spend open-ended science. Okay, so we should have a targeted science. That is a applied science, whatever we talk about. I think towards that only space program is moving forward, and it is continuing that way. That's why originally the founding fathers used to tell, we don't have fantasy go to the moon or manned missions like that. But now we are doing both, not leaving what they are told. Having done that, incrementally being improved towards that one only. Possibly that also will get connected. That's the reason we are telling about. Possibly some of the resources may help back to the earth. Possibility exists. I think, but for that you should have this technology safely you have to land, and where you have the resources you have to land. But just landing may not help. And now the way in which alignment of various efforts going on towards this tells, I think our direction looks reasonably correct. I think. Okay, that's the best model. What model we have done? It's not the philosophy. What we have done, I am telling. Chandrayaan-3. Chandrayaan-3, what we have done is nobody gives anything, but everyone takes everything. You may laugh, you may smile, but it really happened. Okay? I think you understood now what I told. You understood whatever I told. No. I'll come back. So what is happening is, we told this, the concept is ours, and we are going PSLV. We are carrying all these instruments. Our idea is to explore the whole moon, to look for mineral, the chemical composition and the terrains map. This is our concept. Towards that we are going. This is our mission. Whomever wants to join, you can join, because I have a spare capacity. I am taking my son and daughter. Okay, I have one seat available. Neighbor's daughter or son wants to come, they can come. That's all. Okay, I am not asking money for him to come, and we are also not giving anything for them. They join. That's the same thing. It happened there. So they brought their instrument. That instrument has to accommodate this way, and we will go this resource. Done, and it has flown free of cost. It may look like free of cost, and but when we looked at the moon, this is what I told, common wisdom. Okay, common wisdom is a really I feel it's a premium thing what you get. Yeah, okay, correct. So now you look at the discovery of water on the moon, which has eluded for the humanity for laws. Now it has come there. Okay, that is the biggest thing that happened there. So that we claim it is a Chandrayaan has discovered. We are not telling about America has discovered. We are not telling about India has discovered. We have our understanding. Okay, and that's how. And when they make a paper, I am also co-author. When I make a paper, they are also co-author. So it is nobody takes, but everyone gains.
It is very organic in space, are you telling?
This is what Chandrayaan-1 showed to the world, and that is the path now slowly people want to follow. That is what I am telling. So even International Space Station did follow this concept. There is a big difference. Okay, countries were giving money, and US gets it done. We are not doing that. We are telling, you make whatever you are telling, you make an instrument. We don't want money, and we will launch, we will send, and this is happening. But while doing it, we have some understanding. For example, India has only one ground station. With one ground station, I cannot take the 24/7 the data. For example, even though Chandrayaan-1, people may tell 9 months only lived, 2 years have lived. 2 years requirement was there, assuming we will take the data from Chandrayaan-1 only using our ground station, Bailalo. Okay, because moon we cannot see more than 12 hours from here. You got the point, na? Again, in the 12 hours also, half of the orbit we cannot see, every orbit, 1.5 hour orbit, half of orbit only we can see. So all put together, it is not more than 6 hours of data every day is available to you. Okay, so that's how it is called. For 2 years you have to get the full data, to get the full moon data. Even though it's going around the moon, data point of view, it takes time. But now we have seen the issue of initially that some DC-DC converter failure after 10 days of launch itself. So, extending this, if it fails many places, we may lose the satellite. So, we have to make sure that all data we are able to get within 6 months. Okay, we work the whole, that calls for NASA and European stations. Also, if they help us to get the data, we can accomplish the mission within 6 months also. Requirement of the whole moon seeing we can see. So, because now their instruments also there. They also see, because we told this is the problem. So, now they came forward and they allowed the data. So, instead of 6 hours per day, 24/7, we are getting the data. So, we have done the whole moon within 6 months. Actually, 9 months it lived more, another 3 months lived more actually. Okay, that is the reason we are able to see each part of the moon we have seen, and we have done that. Because once you go like this, and they are not just leaving, originally we didn't ask for the ground station support from them. Subsequently, looking at the year, they came forward. Okay, because otherwise their own instruments data also will not be available for that time. So, it's happened there. So, it is some sort of, this is what I told, a team feeling a sense of ownership. This is not an agreement, it is not a partner, it is not a partnership, it is a ownership. There is a big difference between partnering and owning. So, that is the one which prevailed. I think that has worked well, and probably that is what you are telling is subsequently we should do that way. Yeah, it can grow. We cannot tell today whether it will not happen like that, we cannot tell. But as of now in our roadmap, it is not there. But it can come up. It can come. For example, AstroSat is one such effort. ExpoSat, what we are doing, is also another thing towards that. That can happen. But what is happening is that is a very complex system. Whatever they have done, I have seen the system physically also. It's a very complex. It's money wise, it's a huge effort. Okay, we have to see about that, because we should be conscious about that approaches. Whether we have any other simple approach, that's what I told. Our thing is to see, same target remains same. Is it possible to have some simpler approach? If that comes, yes, it's possible. But may not be the form in which what they have done. It's a huge effort. It's a huge effort, and whether such effort is called for, I don't know. No, this is the one thing I see. I am really fortunate enough to enter there at my young age and continue to be there. Definitely no doubt. And I see that is an island of center of excellence. I used to tell that. Even though within India, there's a separate, it looks like the separate, as I feel. Because I'm coming out also, I was in also. I can see it's a place of a different thing. They built such that it continues, it grows. It not only incrementally build the hardware, incrementally build the team and people also. And it's a really, the way in which the team ISRO works is unparalleled. Okay. It's a real surprise how a government of India organization work like that. So I believe that is one of the reasons why we are privatizing is not just money. Is it possible to inculcate that culture even the private industry in the name of space? When COVID is able to spread without our knowledge, is it through knowledge itself whether we can make this culture to go down? It is one thing, because otherwise I was nobody when I joined within ISRO. Just a matter of 2 weeks, I make a proposal. Then actually Professor Rao, he was director, and he reads that and he appreciates that, and he assigns the responsibility to me, which like any other WhatsApp boy, I would have told India to do like that. Okay, he is taken and he told ISRO can do like this. I written there. Then I told, okay, you are also part of ISRO. Now you do, I write, you do like this. Is it possible for you to do that? Yes, given the responsibility to me. So then the whole, I wrote the project report. I asked for a budget. Whatever the budget asked was given me that time. 700 rupees were my salary that time, monthly salary. 7.5 lakhs was given the budget for the project, whatever I asked for. And that shows the leadership of how to identify uh, even from the noise, try to pick up the signal. I think that's what Caldebar. Okay, he would have brushed ahead. This fellow tells something nice. Would have been told. Instead of that, yes, he has taken that way, and he told me to take the responsibility and proceed. But by the time I complete, another responsibility has come and promotion has come. So that cycle has gone up. You complete one, next you are getting another responsibility along with the promotion. So that continues. So now we look back, this is not an isolated spring. Like such a springs only made ISRO. So I think that way the leadership's skills also being inculcated. So that way you look at here, a good number of people. Veeramuthuvelu, he started as a project director for 40 years. I gave an opportunity with 20 youngsters, he leading, to make a satellite of 10 kg satellite. And if I want to launch tomorrow, it's be ready today. That is the specification. I think almost they have done it. And he came to the dais actually during that time, 2016 or 17. First such satellite was launched here. Not many know that. But that few numbers of that made there. So that showed what he is. And that has made him to grow up also. So this continues all the way. So that way it's because it is the manpower that makes, human resource it makes. To channelize the human resource, leadership makes a big difference, and that is happening. Now, what we do is basically to start with, you have defocused that and look at something else. That's how I think it has happened for us all along. What is happening is always you look closer to a problem, it may look problem is big. You get back and see the problem will be, you feel it is compared to others is simple, then you definitely you can find an alternative. Okay, if you keep eyes like this, I cannot see much. I go back. I'm not asking my hands to go down. When problem will not go. I can go back and see, and new solutions can come, new things will come.
But what do you do for stress buster? Like when you watch movies or
No movie. Basically, I used to read only, read, and if possible, something write also. Reading and writing is the. Okay, I listen to music, but I cannot play. I cannot. Yeah, say, I agree because because we are all 5 feet or 6 feet. All 6 feet cannot think. Okay, only everybody thinks it's a problem. Some part. No. Basically, look at there. It's what I felt. What I felt also. Even if I travel out, most from north, they think they more towards the business. The concentration is more towards make money. Another one is civil service, or go for the armed service. It's armed. It is more like that. Well, with India being such a vast country, you need everything. Like a human one, I tell, the hand also need, leg also need, brain also need. Okay, like that only. Okay. So it is not like that. I think that's where it happened. Another thing is whatever said and done, because the Tumba being the nearest to the magnetic equator, it has identified a place for that. And once it started there, I think probably the proximity is the one which helped.
Right.
Because,
Institutional presence.
yeah.
That is why Calcutta at one point was
Correct.
a hub
Yeah.
of
Correct.
science,
Correct.
mathematics,
Yeah.
statistics,
It makes.
because
Yeah.
the institutions were there.
Yeah. So that's how it has happened there. Once people come like that, then definitely it's some sort of soft corner will be there. Okay, within the organization also it can happen. We cannot help that. We are all the human beings also. Okay, that also happens. Okay, putting together, I think that is the one. But if you look at here, of late, the number of entrants from south has come down drastically. Yeah, yeah. That's also there. Yeah, yeah. So if you look back, if you the same thing goes 30 years later, you may tell other way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. 30 years from now, you will tell other way. Why only from north?
That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's.
End of the day, Indians
And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah.
bringing out we have a back page which we call the explore pages. And we have a very good science page which we are bringing out. And the response we are generating on that page is quite remarkable, which shows that there is an interest in science which is there. Of course, this kind of missions,
Yeah,
success
yeah.
of these missions,
Correct,
and
correct,
power
correct.
which we give to
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now you look at here, the whole nation, it is looking at that, and yeah. Yeah, that definitely interest point of view, the populace has gone up there. But only thing is, there is no shortcut to get that level. I think that they should be clear about that. Okay, because you have a sustained effort you have to put there. Because successes only we are seeing, but how many times you have fallen is not known. Okay, you should you definitely will fall, but you should ready to get up. So I think that is the more important there. The problem here is, especially when we grow up. For example, my house, uh, two of my brothers early itself they died. But in spite of that, we are 5 people in the family. Okay, so that means we have to share whatever the resources or what love, affection, whatever it is, 1 by 5. But now most of the places is single kid concept. Okay, so that is the one which pampering the people, and they expect whatever they look for is available next day. And that is the one which even when they come to the schools, colleges, when they join ISRO also, that's happening there. For example, I used to get that of, I'm seeing that the people, everybody wants to get into one particular division only, thinking like that is the one which comes prominent. It is not like that. From wherever you are, you can come up. Okay, it all depends on what you do. So, but somehow they feel here on this one only will work, this project only will work. That sort of thing. It's good percentage of people are that is there. So that is the one that is an issue which was not there in the previous generation. Previous generation, whatever given, most of the people try to work and try to show up. But here, that is a problem. A lot of people are enthusiasm is there, this is there, but the earliest possibility, earliest opportunity, it goes down. Because any setback to come out, they are finding it difficult. I think that is the one